All right. Let's do another one here. I just got randomized to the first overall pick, and I'm not sure that I'm going to like it.
What, you're not going to take Saquon Barkley, number 1 overall, like 2 years ago?
24th and 25th overall in the turn is a tough scene. You ready to go?
I'm good. You mean at 2.12?
So a lot of thought going into this one here.
I really like the sleeper layout. Cook,
It is
Henry,
a lot better. Kamara fifth.
There's so many more options. Hill 6th. What the F word?
Going early. That's
Oh no,
your
Aaron
boy
Jones
just went too.
Yeah, like I don't know.
I'm not high on Javonte Taylor. This is a tough scene for you.
Jonathan Taylor?
I'm not high on Taylor.
I'm not taking Taylor here. The O-line's got COVID / they're injured, busted foots. Is Wentz playing week 1? I don't know. The team's kind of in shambles. I'm scared of Colts players personally right now. There's too much going on with that team.
I think it's more than kind of in shambles as we stand. It's not
well, they have one of the lowest vaccination rates, which will affect the season. And you can say what you want about it, but
I think they'll be fine. But they're going to start out slow. They haven't even been practicing together.
I think the only option you would have at this spot is I'm either going Kelsey or Adams for me personally.
That's what I was thinking.
These running backs are too much of a reach for me, and I can probably get Najee around the turn depending how this goes. I'm personally going to take Devontae Adams here. We'll see what comes back around to me, but you can't be upset taking the number 1 wide receiver last year. Yeah, see those running backs go. Kelsey goes because I would have debated him, but coming back, like I honestly want to go wide receiver again here. Like I could think about going Mixon. Like he's not the worst option. I would probably debate taking Gibson over him. Clyde Edwards-Hilaire's interesting. I know he's going around this range, is he not?
Yeah, he is. He's moving down a bit. No.
Because there's too many running backs there. And like what we saw last year, the KC decided to use was Darren Williams, whichever Williams it was, or as soon as they got in the goal or inside the 10, he came on the field.
Jarek McKinnon's starting to pick up hype now too. I guess he looked quite good.
Yeah, I saw him 3rd on the depth chart there.
Coming into vultures and touches. I don't know. That's not really bad.
To me, this pick, I have to go Diggs. Like
that is a powerful start wide receiver. I don't know. I think
the running backs are going to be terrible is the only thing. Like they're going to be bad coming back.
It's tough.
Like I'm not Joe Mixon's interesting pick. Like it's obviously I get that running back. Like we just see how quickly the running backs come off the board. It almost makes me want to go Joe Mixon.
It gets pretty gross quick.
Yeah.
I think I might.
I'm gonna try Diggs here. I'm gonna see what this team ends up looking like. Obviously, I'm gonna have to take some really bad running backs, but
0 RB. See how it works out for the kid.
So it's tough with that late pick. Like Aaron Jones slides to me at 10. I'm taking Aaron Jones. I'm not even thinking about it. I'm hammering Stephon Diggs in that 2nd round.
See, this is like I told you. This is just not fun.
No, yeah.
I would go out of my way to say I would prefer not having the 1st overall pick, even with McCaffrey. Seeing what this turn is.
And now you're basically looking at what? Like I'm gonna scroll down here. So you got Kittle, Keenan, JJ. I'm not thinking Monty, Scary Terry. It's like you can't. These guys are off the board. Those are like 3rd round picks to me. Yeesh, I don't know. Like, would you really take Kittle at the end of the 2nd round? Like, you have 2 picks back to back here, so I mean, you can go like Keenan Allen, Justin Jefferson. You could go really interesting. Go Justin Jefferson, Terry McLaurin, and say, "See ya, Keenan."
I've been taking Terry in the 3rd, but like more the middle of the 3rd. I mean.
That's the problem with having these the 1st overall pick. You have these back to back, and then, like I said, you won't get to. Yeah,
this is trash. I don't think I would even touch these running backs here. Montgomery or Carson, Swift. No.
Have we got an answer for how long Swift is out for?
They're not sure if he's going to play week 1, so that's not a great start.
Yeah, like you'll obviously get a bit more information. going into the week, but is DeAndre Swift playing week 1? No, it's not looking like it. Yeah. Well,
I'm gonna go with
they're saying
exactly the strategy you recommended there. I think Jefferson, McLaurin. I hate those running backs.
you got the stud running back out of the way, and in this format, we're only starting 2 running backs. You can start more obviously with the flexes, but you usually can't start that many running backs because unless you're drafting all running backs, your team's just going to be terrible.
I think I did one best ball with the first pick, and it was 10 teams, and you can notice a significant difference. That turnaround there is the worst I've ever seen.
Because you're probably getting like Calvin Ridley, maybe Mixon, Gibson.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's the 3, literally the 3 that were in the queue for me are like the 3 additional.
Yeah,
so Ridley was my receiver, and then I don't love Mixon either. But
Thursdays, I got that number 2 spot, and actually it's not Thursday. We moved it to next week, right? Because I have the BMO game. But Dalvin Cook's coming back around to me. Like, honestly, in that format, I'd debate taking Gibson in the second round. Okay, you did go Terry. So you went Jefferson, Terry McLaurin, Kittle, Waller.
That one was between him and Robinson there, and Robinson sliding.
Oh, my watch let me know that I'm on the clock.
I know, I get text
Swift,
updates.
Montgomery, Keenan, Evans, Josh Jacobs, Carson. See, like the running backs, I have Miles Sanders here, which honestly, I'm probably going to take Miles Sanders personally. Like it's him or Hendo for me. Like I could go Allen Robinson and risk it and hope one of them falls to me in the next round. But my team is looking really suspect at running back.
Those receivers are gross. You think you should go RB, come back to the receivers after.
I know, but it's hard for me to pass on a CeeDee Lamb and Allen Robinson here.
Very true.
I think I'm going to take Miles Sanders and see what comes back around to me at 4.3. I'm not too concerned about what's the guy that Gaineswell, the guy that keep hyping up out of Philly.
Yeah, he's picked up a little momentum. I'm not too worried.
Yeah, see, Allen Robinson
you
goes.
End up getting Henderson as well.
Yeah, I could take Henderson here. Or I could take Chris Godwin. Amari Cooper, like none of these players.
Henderson's moving down pretty steadily.
Yeah, but whoever I take
just in
here,
time for me to trade him.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm thinking wide receiver here personally. Like I like Henderson. I've started questioning him a bit though with that Rams offense. I want to see what they look like after week 1. So that's why I think it's a bit of a risk. Like, are they going to give Sony a role? Don't think they should, but he probably might get one.
Yeah, they should certainly not, but it sounds like he's going to get a lot of the goal line work. So that's never good.
It kills his value. So that here makes me want to take Chris Godwin or Amari Cooper. Actually, I think I'm going to take Amari Cooper personally. I know you were on CD. I still think Amari Cooper's the one, but
I'm going to put a friendly wager on it.
Yeah. It's tough because the Cowboys and the Bucks have the same situation. I know I got 40 seconds here. I'm struggling because they both have the same situations, the Bucks and Cowboys. They have 3 good wide receivers. So I think at maximum you have 2 of them being good each week. Which 2? I'm going to take Chris Godwin. It's the same, they have the same situation. And I don't want to say similar quarterback play. Obviously, Dak can get a bit downfield, a bit more than Brady at this point in his career, but Brady's still deadly accurate. The guy does not look like he's slowing down. Ooh, Lamar. He's one I have never considered taking in the 4th round, and I know he goes in the 4th round. Going to go crazy, say skip the running back, take Kyle Pitts.
I just might. I haven't picked him up anywhere.
Like James Robinson, Mike Davis still falling to me. Like I'm still like could potentially fall to me. Sorry, like I'm kind of happy I went Godwin there instead of taking Henderson. Like I know he went directly the pick after me, but is there really that much of a difference between James Robinson and Henderson this year now that James Robinson doesn't have Etienne biting his ankles? The team's obviously significantly better, but
don't know if I want to. Well, I think I'm going to steal James Robinson from you, unfortunately.
I talked him up enough. He was unbelievable last year, and the team was garbage. They're slightly better, so I don't see why he couldn't. And he had like, what, 6 touchdowns last year, maybe?
There's
He
not
is
much
due for
standing in his way.
No, well, the shitty O-line, but
I mean,
they're not the worst in the division. It has to be Houston.
I like him there. That's all right. We'll take James. And then we're going to come back and take this guy too. Let's fucking have some fun.
I thought you were going to think or consider going Deontay or
I was going to go Lockett, but as soon as let's have some fun with Pitts.
that's what I was going to say was Lockett or him. I was kind of hoping one of them would come back to me. But
Lockett just went too.
see, the 2 running backs I thought may make it back to me were Javonte Williams and Mike Davis, and they did not. Now I'm looking at Chase Edmonds, not feeling that. Raheem Mostert, like it dries up quick.
It's god awful.
Yeah, like I'm not even.
I think any time that I've done 12 team, dude, like you got to go running back. I think almost always, because there's like 100 receivers I'm comfortable with starting, and there's like 18 running backs.
Yeah, like looking back, I probably should have gone Henderson over Godwin, and then at this pick, I would have been looking at another wide receiver. Probably Ayuk is who I'm going to take here. I don't know. Do you think
not the Gus Bus?
Where do they have Gus Bus ranked? Gus Bus.
He has not been adjusted yet. He should be up higher.
Yeah,
Gus Bus was thinking about taking him last time with the 5th round.
I think I might hammer him. Actually, nice pick there.
Well, that could solve your 0 RBs quite quickly.
Yeah, I think I'm going to take.
He might lose some of the passing work and such, but he's still going to be the goal line option. I think they should protect Lamar a little more around the goal line.
I watched enough Ravens football last year because I own, my love for Lamar in my keeper league. The running backs don't catch a lot of passes. He's just not great at throwing that ball.
No, he doesn't check down. You're welcome, by the way, bud.
Yeah, that was a nice pick. Ayuk goes next, which sucks because I was kind of hoping he would come back to me.
He's hurt right now.
But when isn't he hurt? The guy's balling on the field.
Debo's moving up a bit lately. Damien Harris.
Man, I might take Jerry Jeudy over all these scrubs. Like Galladay, still injured. Don't know what's going on there. Has he practiced yet? Hey, Galladay. This guy went from like a stud in Detroit.
Do not draft. My do not draft list.
Is Kenny Galladay?
Yeah. I just that team does fucking nothing for me. Also, just hammered your Broncos.
They do have a lot of
down week 1.
I would now. Saquon's probably not going to play.
Did you see how bad Jones was in the preseason?
Are people actually taking T. Higgins over Jerry Jeudy? Who the fuck would do that? Frig would do that.
I'm right down on Cincinnati.
No, I think, but he's still got competition. Jerry Judy's only competition is Cortland Sutton. Chase Claypool still has competition there. I don't know. Who would you go in this spot? I'm pretty sold on Jerry Jeudy here.
At current pick?
Yeah.
It would be...
Slight reach, but...
Yeah, I don't know. It would probably be him. Claypool makes a case, I guess, but Robbie's Michael a little Thomas. Later. I really want Damien Harris here. Give me Damien Harris. Fuck yeah, let's go.
I think Galladay is confusing to me because he should be higher because he just got paid like a number 1 wide receiver. He should be receiving the bulk of the touches. Is he going to play? Like, it's the same question every year for this guy. Missed all last year. What was last year's injury? A back injury? Kenny Galladay.
I guess this is a good time to bring up the Cam Newton news here. I'm going to select Harris, and I think his value is exponentially higher, and for clear reason.
I think every Patriots offensive player's value is now higher without Cam Newton being there. He brings the wide receivers down, and he destroys the running back value because he vultures all the touchdowns. I love Cam, but he's not good for fantasy.
Yeah, I was just going to say I have no problem with him, but especially for fantasy. James White value goes up. Super good late, like last round pick of the draft. I think all the receivers see a slight uptick. Damien Harris would a huge uptick because there's no like the tight ends. I was looking at the stats, and he had 75% of the goal line rushes, and he was hurt for how many games?
Decent amount. He also Sony came out starting last year, didn't he?
Yeah, Sony. All right, I'll take Harris there.
So is that what people are calling him? And
that's what Patty Mayo calls him, Sorny Michelle.
I mean, he does have I think it's the same thing. Gurley has the degenerative knee thing where it keeps getting worse.
Yeah, no disrespect. I just don't see him. Haven't seen much from him the last couple of years.
Oh, they're saying Kenny Galladay is going to be ready for week 1. Is he being disrespected this year? I'm starting to think I should be higher on him. Like, he's going in the 6th round. I think I should have probably taken him over Judy, but Judy could also have a breakout year. Wouldn't shock me if by the end of the season, he's the 1 and Sutton's the 2.
I've been more than happy with taking that one share of Galladay.
The Giants' offense has been painful. Like, for years, people have been pushing Evan Ingram, and that hasn't worked out.
Oh, shit. It's my pick.
Yeah, you're back-to-back, bud.
Pay attention.
You can take Aaron Rodgers?
Nope.
Looking at it now, seeing Sutton still there and like some of these other guys, I kind of wish I would have went to Galladay or Claypool.
Going to go with Debo, banking on Ayuk's hammy right now.
Is that what it is, hammy?
Yeah.
At least it's not the high ankle sprain.
I think he's going to be totally fine, but that's 2 rounds later. So
yeah, your player gets the high ankle sprain, he's out for 6 weeks.
Yeah, that's all she wrote.
Sermon, geez, going 7.8. Mostert, he's getting drafted above Mostert now because he's injured. Have they announced that Sermon's actually officially the backup?
Mostert is totally fine too.
He had a back injury yesterday.
This was last week. He played in the preseason. He played in week 3 of the preseason.
Well, then clearly the back's not that hurt.
He had 7. He had 7 carries and ran 7.5 yards per carry, I think.
First of all, do you know who is also on the 49ers? Former Giant, not good. I'll give you a guess. He's on the Giants last year. People started him. Running back.
Wayne Gallman?
Yes. Backup running back on their depth chart is Wayne Gallman.
Elite. Like, I was a league winner last year, bro.
Jeff Wilson's a league winner. He'll get you 3 touchdowns and 7 rushing yards somehow. Okay. I've wasted half my pick here looking up the 49ers depth chart. So
with no intent on taking any of them.
No. I'm definitely going wide receiver. I think I'm going to take Smith.
I like it.
Oh, no, I'm not. Taking Corey Davis. No, actually, he'll slip to me and then a bit later. I'm just too high on Corey Davis. Yeah, I think I'm going to take Smith here. It's a touch early for me, but. There's nothing. The tight ends all went that I would consider. Like the main guys went here. Where's Gesicki? Oh, they have him listed late. I'd probably wait on that. I'm looking at the quarterbacks. The only quarterback
That's
I
what
would be
targeting.
going. I've been thinking about taking Hurts, but is this too early for him?
It's hard to say.
I might honestly take Brandon Cooks. I know he's getting tons of hate out there, and it's such a boring pick, but you can start him every week. Like Tyrod's not terrible. The team has to throw to someone.
Can we put a spotlight on Team 8's team for a second here? Look at this. They have 6 running backs.
Yeah, they're screwing up the whole draft. Jeez, it's Chubb, Mixon, Jacobs, Henderson, Williams. They also decided to go get most running backs that don't get any pass wing work. Chubb doesn't get a lot. Mixon does get it. Jacobs gets none. Henderson, we'll see. There's probably going to be Sony. And Javonta, I don't know what his play role is going to look like early in the season, but this guy went heavy on running backs with no passing work.
And then Team 7 has only Saquon right now.
Yeah, I'm taking Brandon Cooks here. It's a disgusting pick.
Yeah, he's the whole
I'm not happy about it. I don't know. I was into the Philip Lindsay pick. I think on our last mock draft, you told me talking about Philip Lindsay, but the running back said he's happy, or the coach said he's happy playing 3 backs for some reason. So playing Mark Ingram, Philip Lindsay, and David Johnson. We're in the triple option. Don't draft David Johnson, whatever you do.
Certainly not.
My running backs are bad. I really should have taken more earlier.
I'll go Corey Davis.
Oh, not Corey, not the boy. I should have taken him over
Jalen Hurts.
Both guys I was thinking about.
I like this team a hell of a lot more than the last one.
This hasn't been my favorite team so far. Like, it's coming back to me, and I was hoping to take either Corey Davis or Jalen Hurts here. They're both off the board. Like, I could take the Tampa Bay defense, apparently. Not gonna do that. Gronkowski, that's a waste of a pick. Might as well just burn your team. Gesicki's interesting, actually. He's kind of the last of those fringe run. Or no, Johnny Smith, I still like. Irv's dead. Hunter Henry's out.
Johnny Smith's gonna start moving up draft boards.
Yeah, I know he is. You could like a couple, like last week, you could have got him in like the 14th, like 13th round. No one wants him.
He was going literally rated.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like I got to reach on a running back here. I think I'm just going to take a shot on Philip Lindsay. At least if he's going to get, like, we'll see who their passing down back is. They said is David Johnson, but if it's Philip Lindsay, like, he was way better at that in Denver. You could see some garbage time work. It's not the worst. Just plug and play him. Ooh, coming back to me.
I got to just load up on receivers now. It's starting off McCaffrey, James Robinson, and Damien Harris is pretty fun.
You see T.Y.'s got a disc issue in his neck?
Yeah, he's not going to play this year.
Well, he'll play. He's not going to be effective, in my opinion. He wasn't effective last year. Like,
I wouldn't
Pittman
be surprised if he doesn't play at all this year.
I'm actually going to take Pittman here at this spot, and hopefully a tight end comes back.
About him.
I hate on the Colts all the time because of our buddy, but I mean, they got to go to someone. If Wentz is healthy, we'll see how that foot looks. But
he's got a really nice back together. Profile.
Yeah, he does. Like, Paris Campbell should be good. He was good in college and came out hype and has had seasoning injuries back-to-back years. So
I like Michael Gallup, third option, but way down here in the 10th round, absolutely.
Some weeks about the second option.
And then
really love that team 5 here decided, you know what? I need a defense and 2 tight ends and a quarterback really early. Jeez. They still have better running backs than me too. Is Tony Pollard still being drafted this early just because he's the best handcuff? Is that the whole hype for it? Because he doesn't play when Zeke's healthy.
Sorry, I was not paying attention. What did you ask?
Like Tony Pollard, every year he gets drafted like he plays basically. He's basically drafted like higher than like the Gio Bernard, the James White type player. And he's not like he comes on the field that much. It's basically just drafting him, hoping Zeke gets hurt.
I don't understand drafting someone as a straight handcuff.
Well, I get it taking it like if you have bench spots like in the last couple of rounds, but drafting these guys in the 11th and 12th round, hoping the guy gets hurt basically is what the only thing you can miss. Like get it, but I just don't see it. Like take a shot on one of these guys late. Like you can get lucky, I guess, but like who's it? Alexander Madison every year gets drafted early and hasn't done anything the last 2 years, but will still get drafted early this year. Just because what if Dalvin Cook gets hurt?
I think I'll take Marquise because there's simply no one else in that offense on receiver at least. 11th round, a hell of a lot different than last season's draft position.
You don't believe in Bisbee Johnson or the hell that guy's name is?
I was honestly looking at Sony Michel, but there's not a chance. I could have let him slide.
Who's the Vikings third receiver? It's Olabi Johnson, something weird like that. Oh, well, first of all,
I'm not sure, mate.
Marquez Callaway is still on the board. He should be drafted in the first round of a draft. We saw it in preseason elite. So
Hall of Famer already.
I'm actually debating taking him. Like I'm not joking.
I think I took him here in the last one, 11th or 12th.
I need a running back. Kenneth Gainwell, that's what it is. The Philly running back. I knew the last name was Gaines. I think I called him Gainesville earlier. I don't know. That pick would make 0 sense for me, because I have Miles Sanders. But I almost need to go running back. I have 3 running backs on the team. They're not solid. I have 800 receivers. Actually, I have 5 receivers. Ooh, Johnny Smith's still there. Might not make it back to me. I'm actually going to pull the trigger on Johnny Smith here.
Yeah, that's a good enough spot for him. 12th round, 11th round.
Why is Justin Fields getting drafted above quarterbacks who actually officially been labeled starters? Oh my, the quarterbacks got bad quickly because these teams are drafting like 3 quarterbacks for some reason. I'm just going to wait and take Zach Wilson with one of my last picks or Tua. Yeah, I think I'm going to take Callaway. It's either him or Russell Gage for me. I would say Elijah Moore, but we haven't seen a lot out of him yet, have we?
No.
Yeah, might as well. Traquan's still hurt. Michael Thomas is out till week 6. He might be wide receiver 1 for 4 or 5 weeks, and then potentially you could flip him to someone who doesn't realize that Michael Thomas is coming back.
All right, going back-to-back running backs here. Taking a dusty Sony Michel himself because he is going to get the goal line work, which still drives me fucking bonkers because I was a big fan of Henderson, but. And then I will be taking the boy Ramondre since I got Harris, and I'm pretty confident they're going to pound their rock.
Locking up the backfield?
Yeah. I like him down here in the 13th. He had a fantastic preseason. He was first team all offense. I think that balances out 6 running backs. 5 running backs. 6
I have 3 running backs. which is why I'm actually going to take Tevin Coleman here as a little bit of an insurance option. At least he's a starting running back for the Jets. It's not a great pick. It's not sexy, but I mean,
no, I love it. That's what
so,
every best ball I've been doing. I like to try and pick him up there at the end. He's going to start for the first couple of weeks of the season at minimum.
Man, they don't even have Michael Carter's not even their second running back. Ty Johnson's getting all the passing down work.
Michael Carter's shown nothing.
Oh, well, I'm not taking Terrence Marshall. Do I have a Philly wide receiver? Yeah, I took Smith. Okay, so I can't take Rieger. I thought so. I don't like a lot of these guys. I'm gonna look at the quarterbacks here.
It's looking pretty bleak now.
Yeah, I just probably should get my quarterback out of the way at this point. I'm sitting here in round 14. I don't have any needs. I would just be taking depth positions at this point. Well, I'm not taking the massage man himself, Deshaun Watson. I'm still not convinced Jameis is going to start all season. I don't know about you. Like, Jameis can be hype, but I think I'm going to take Tua here.
Yeah, I think Tua is a little safer, quite frankly. Jameis has been known to be a little erratic.
There's picks like Ben Roethlisberger where you know what you're getting. Like, the occasional week he'll get a 3-touchdown game, but
I think you could pretty much wait on all these guys.
I know, but then there's not a
whole lot of benefit from going elsewhere at this point.
No, like, I could handcuff my backfield, which I don't actually like doing, and take Gainwell. But to be fair, Miles Sanders is pretty injury prone.
I think that's a pretty decent call here.
So, especially with how many bench spots we have, I mean, I could pick up another one of these running backs who I'm not going to play. But if you have a running back who's been known to miss some time, I guess it's not the worst idea. I normally don't take my own back or handcuff them.
Rager. I'm not sure. There is nothing to like here.
Oh, you see Jamison Crowder actually is getting trade calls now. Like, I don't think he's going to play for the Jets this season. Like, if he somehow ended up a Colt, I wouldn't be shocked. Like, that makes sense to me. He probably wouldn't have to give up much, maybe a 6th round pick, 7th. What are you thinking about?
This board is rough.
Yeah, it starts to get tough around here. Like, that's what you're really hoping. That's why I don't mind waiting on a quarterback to this point, especially if the draft goes like this. Like, these guys are basically streamers who I'm going to be flipping each week. But once you get to these late rounds, you kind of expect that. Mac Jones sitting down there. Patriots starting QB. I don't think he's going to give you enough touchdowns. He's going to game manage.
Yeah, that's what I wrote in the group earlier. I think he was so efficient in the preseason.
Why is Sam Darnold so low? Like, are you really taking Daniel Jones over Sam Darnold?
That's pretty aggressive. I like Sam Darnold.
I don't like Daniel Jones. I don't like Derek Carr either.
Daniel Jones is the worst.
He fumbles a lot.
Good God. This board seems even worse than last time.
I don't know. Take a shot at St. Brown, the Detroit wide receiver.
He's been reporting like shit in camp. I've heard the last.
I saw good reports about him today, actually.
Did you? I saw them earlier, a couple weeks back, but I heard bad things lately.
The coach is also questionable. He's talking about gnawing guys' ankles off and stuff. I think he gets fired within 2 years. Every coach who's come in like this talking all this nonsense, the team's not good, he's talking about this shit, they're going to get fired.
Take a shot on Jameis here.
Who, me? I'm probably going to take Tua if he gets me.
I'm going to take a shot on Jameis. I'm not too confident in Jalen Hurts. I think it makes sense.
Like Paris Campbell or like Sammy Watkins or something. Like it's depth bench spot. Like you never know.
No, I need a backup QB with Hurts because I'm not too confident that he even has that job secured.
Oh, I'm not sure he has it. I'm taking Brian Edwards here as a lock for me. One of these late picks. I think it's just worth a shot. Taking a guy like him. He's supposedly their wide receiver too, but it's realistically Waller. It's Ruggs, Waller, him. But I'm still not sure Ruggs is the one.
Well, no, that's what I was just going to say. He could easily make a case for him. I mean, you're down here in the 15th, 16th round.
It's going to let me take quarterback in 16 too. I'm just going to take 2 and stop messing around. Yeah, so I finally took my QB. I mean, there's still so many QBs here you could take. Like, I like Zach Wilson personally. I know he's a rookie, but I think he's gonna be fun this year. Like Justin Fields is going in the 12th round in this sleeper mock draft they have. Like, he's back up currently. Like, you take Andy Dalton if you want a starter. Where is the Red Rocket? How is the Red Rocket rated down? Like, where is he?
Andy
641. They have him ranked 600. He's below quarterbacks who aren't even on depth charts. What did Andy Dalton do? Like, who is Tyler Bray? He's at 334. Andy Dalton's at 600.
No love for the Red Rocket.
Tom Savage. Haven't played quarterback probably 4 years. Got him at 340, but Andy Dalton can't make the cut. What is going on? There's no way Austin Hooper falls to the 16th round.
So as you know, I stream defenses, so I'm just taking a glance at the week 1 matchups, drawing off that.
Oh, I forgot to pull that up actually for the last round. Apparently, I just followed a dude on Instagram. It's like, this guy has approved you to follow him. I don't want to follow him.
I would go, as far as what's available, it's between the Colts, who are obviously shaken up right now, and it just picked them for me anyways.
Oh, did you time out?
Yeah, I was going to take the Chargers because they're playing Washington there. Hopefully, you hope for a defensive touchdown or something. Fitzmagic can get loose.
Me looking at week 1 here. Steelers defense is playing Buffalo, not good. San Francisco probably off the board. Yep. Houston.
Well, these are all off the board.
Well, I don't think the Texans are off the board, and most people would not play the Texans. They're playing Jacksonville.
Who the hell are they first
start? Playing Jacksonville, their first start, and that O-line's terrible.
Houston,
it's a greasy
sucks themselves.
Jacksonville's O-line sucks.
Houston's worse than Jacksonville. What do they have them ranked?
Are the Finns still on the board? Oh, I'm taking the Finns. They're playing Patriots first week.
The Texans are ranked 30th in my defensive rankings. What are you thinking?
It's a 1 week start.
I'm looking at for week 1.
I don't care what the rankings say. You guys playing Trevor first week.
You're going to send out the Houston Texans week 1 of fantasy football. That is gross.
I'm currently sending out the Dolphins because they're playing Mac Jones in his first game.
That is a lot more reasonable. The Texans
I would play the Rams.
Have number one.
The problem is all the good defensive matchups for week 1 are teams that are getting drafted early for some reason, like San Francisco, the Rams, the Browns.
Probably the first Rams, 49ers, and Washington and Pittsburgh seem to be the first 4 that go off the board.
Yeah, and the Washington plays the Chargers. It's not the worst matchup.
Your team has the best matchup. One of the best.
The Giants? Yeah, but the Broncos go early too.
Did you time out 2 or did you pick one?
No, it's done. The draft's over.
Okay.
I took the Finns. Stop sharing my screen. You can probably start recording this.
All right, I'll check the teams out quick. It turned out better than I thought. Drafting from first overall. But that was mainly in part to, no worries. Mainly in part to the ADP hasn't caught up for James Robinson or Damien Harris on here, so I'm not sure that I would be able to pull that off.
No, I doubt Harris gets to the 6th now.
No, I think
he's probably a 4th.
I think he goes in right where I have Robinson. Robinson stays around.
I still think. Well, I don't know why the gas can's that high, but sorry, Miles gas can. I'll call him the gas can.
I think I would take Harris over Robinson though, straight up. He moved up a lot for Robinson, but much better.
I'm actually excited to see Mike Davis this year with Atlanta finally getting that starting position. I would love to take Davis in the 5th, but
what are your thoughts on certain note 0 or like going wide receiver here?
I mean, I got lucky with the Gus Edwards in the 5th, which I don't think you would.
The same scenario as what I just said, right?
It's tough. Yeah, like I took Miles Sanders in the 3rd, which looking at it, like I maybe should have taken Swift or someone over Sanders, but I don't know. It's not like if Sanders gets back to what he looked like 2 years ago, that's a different story. All of a sudden now you have a value pick in the 3rd round. He should have been like a 2nd round or 1st round pick. But yeah, it's tough because like I obviously have 3 good wide receivers, 4, I guess, Judy. And then from there I got some depth plays. But yeah, it's that Diggs pick. Like if I had taken Joe Mixon, this team would have been completely different. Like I wouldn't ended up.
I think you're getting more of a positional upgrade with Diggs there.
Oh, instead of Mixon, you're saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Like it is.
Me personally, if I were to have Carson available for me there 1 pick after, I would be much happier. I think that's where my tier ends with Carson, and I don't have Jacobs inside of it either.
Yeah, Josh Jacobs is tricky. I've had him for 2 years in a row in leagues, and they just refuse to pass to him. And once they get inside the 5, yeah, he gets the carries, but I could tell you where he's going on the field. It's so obvious where they're going to run the ball. Like, it's just like, oh, wonder where they're going. Oh, A gap. Okay. It's probably going to be hard to stop. Like, it's the Raiders do some things that are questionable. He also didn't seem to break a lot of long runs. Like, it's like 6-yard carries constantly.
Yeah, he's not the most exciting of draft picks. I'll tell you that for free.
No, like I like my team, obviously. Like the wide receivers, you have those 3: Godwin, Adams, Devontae, and Diggs are set. I could mess around with my flexes. I wouldn't start Devonta Smith, but Jerry Jeudy would 100% be my flex. And
there's any league where you can get weird and try something like that, it would be with the scoring settings that I use for sure. You can roster 5 receivers in this league, so there's certainly a premium on them.
I would just start these like this, basically set up each week, keep Gus Edwards, Miles Sanders, these 3 wide receivers, keep Jared Jeudy, and then it's basically just flipping in my flex each week. who I think's the best value. But yeah, the running backs real tough. Like, who is my next one after Gus? Like Philip Lindsay? Like,
fine.
Ugh.
Yeah, going wide receiver early definitely limits you there. There's just an absolute cliff.
Well, then I went
about the
Judy
second
Smith.
round.
I made some mistakes. Like, I shouldn't have gone Smith here, and I shouldn't have gone Cooks. Instead of taking Devonta Smith, I should have taken Melvin Gordon, and then that's a little bit safer. But I mean, who knows what Devonta Smith's going to look like this year? Obviously, guy just won a Heisman, so
Yeah, it's hard to say. I mean, you have two of the top three receivers going off the board, so there's definitely an advantage to that as well.
yeah.
All right, bud. Good stuff. We're gonna get this wrapped up here. Good luck to everyone in their upcoming drafts, and let's have a good season, folks.